Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marvin Jones, your Master of Ceremonies today, and I would like to welcome you to our retirement celebration for two stalwarts and stewards of Charles County Public Schools, Superintendent Dr. Kimberly Hill and Deputy Superintendent Ms. Amy Hollstein. Both of these educators are retiring after devoting 67 years combined to the children of Charles County, several of whom are now staff members at some of our schools, making you proud. Ladies, we have several guests here to speak on your behalf, which we can't wait to show. But first, we felt the need to do a summary of a brief, but not so brief, depth of your work with Charles County Public Schools. Very nice brief summary of your careers. So at this time, we will hear from some well-wishers for our homegrown superintendent that you, Dr. Hill, will undoubtedly recognize for sure. Please turn your attention to the monitor.
Wishes and congratulations on your over 33 plus years as a loyal and dedicated educator. Great leaders make a difference, and you certainly made a difference here. Over the roughly 6 years I've known you, you have advocated for understanding, patience, and willingness to do what is best for our students. Let's face it, teaching and learning is in your DNA. You are steadfast, unwavering, and committed to education. You talk the talk and you walk the walk. As you reflect on your professional career and revisit your wonderful memories, starting when you were a teacher at McDonough High School The changes in education and the tremendous growth in our district that you've witnessed and experienced must come to the forefront. Despite any hurdles we've faced, you have led us successfully with tremendous zeal and passion. You are the anchor that has kept us grounded and the beacon of light that has guided us. Very shortly, this chapter will close and another will open. We hope that you will find retirement fulfilling and restful. You deserve it after completing all of your assignments successfully as a teacher, a coach, a principal, and at the pinnacle as a superintendent. We are extremely grateful for your leadership and wish you all the best. We are honored to have had you as the superintendent of Charles County Public Schools. Superintendent Hill, I salute you and congratulate you on a job well done. Best wishes.
Dr. Hill, I feel so fortunate to have had the opportunity to start my career at McDonough High School back in 1993 with you as my vice principal. And I learned so many valuable lessons during that time, not only in education, but also in, just how to treat people. I feel so fortunate also that you saw the qualities in my wife, that she could be an effective teacher, and you urged her to go on to get her certification. And here, some 25 years later, she's still doing a career that she loves. I remember sitting in the gym many years later as you were getting ready to deliver your mission for us as teachers and your vision for us. And you talked about being the difference. But that's a lesson that I'd heard from you many years ago at McDonough, because I saw you that in the way that you acted with children, the way that you acted with staff, and how you saw that every child had an opportunity to do well, and that you helped to motivate them and push them on to do those things. I also remember in your office how you had an excerpt hanging there from the book, All That I Ever Really Needed to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten, by Robert Fulghum. And looking through that book, I think some of the key lessons that he's trying to get across to us is how to care about other people and treat people fairly. And that pretty much sums up my time with you. I remember one student that was really having a difficult time, and it looked like they weren't going to graduate. They weren't coming to school anymore. They were failing all their classes, and I remember you coming around. I had that particular student and just talking about how we could help to motivate them and push them through. And you had made a deal with this student, I think at the time, it was many years ago, I think it may have been for a starter jacket or something like that if they did these things to get through. And what really pushed that child through to graduate wasn't the extrinsic motivation of giving them a jacket, but it was somebody really just showing that they loved and cared about that student. And that was a great lesson that I learned from you as a young educator. Again, I feel so thankful that I've had the opportunity to learn from you, and I thank you for everything you've done for Charles County Schools and for the children, and I pray that you have the wonderful retirement that you deserve. And I'm also so thankful that I can call you my friend. Thank you, Dr. Hill.
Dr. Hill, on behalf of the Education Careers Program, all CTE programs, and the entire staff at North Point High School, I'd like to congratulate you on your retirement and thank you for your years of service and support. As you look back on your career with Charles County Public Schools, I hope you know that you were the difference. Because of you, we are all better teachers, better colleagues, and better people. Because of you, we all know what it means to be passionate about what we do and what it means to be a true professional. 12 years ago, as the principal at North Point, you took a chance and you hired me. And while you probably don't know this, for 12 years, you have been my source of inspiration and motivation. Your leadership as my principal and as my superintendent have been more impactful than you know. As I work to train our next generation of teachers, I continuously ask myself, what would Kim Hill do? And I've concluded that if our newest Charles County Public School teachers have even half the passion and professionalism that you've modeled over the years, well, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. So think of us next September when we begin a new school year and you begin a new chapter in your life, and please know that your legacy will continue. Once again, congratulations, and thank you for being the difference.
Congratulations, Dr. Hill. It is my pleasure to congratulate you on your retirement from Charles County Public Schools. Throughout your career in Charles County Public Schools, you have inspired so many teachers, students, and administrators, and motivated all of us to be our very best. You modeled the importance of building relationships with our students. You challenged us to have a growth mindset. You reminded us that words matter, and most importantly, you asked us to be the difference for our students. As great leaders do, you shared your vision. It's all about teaching and learning, and lived your vision every day. Your vision provided us with a simple but daily reminder that education is a lifelong process, and that we are not only teachers but learners as well. As a leader, you have worked diligently to achieve this vision while motivating all of us along the journey. Although your responsibilities were great, you worked tirelessly to ensure that the school system stayed on the right path and always expressed your gratitude for our efforts. Your lessons have been well received, and they will be remembered and continued for years to come. Thank you for everything that you have done for the students, staff, and parents in Charles County. Congratulations again. Best of luck as you move on to this new phase of your life, and thank you for being the difference for us.
It is my pleasure to represent middle school principals at your virtual retirement celebration. Let me begin by thanking you for your contributions to teaching and learning in Charles County Public Schools. We understand the many hours and sacrifices you have made leading our county. Leadership is a 24-hour, thankless job. 12 of those hours are spent at the job site, while the other 12 are spent thinking about what you need to accomplish when you get back to the job site. A great leader is expected to be accessible, a visionary, and passionate. You have embodied all three of these attributes. Let's start with accessible. At the beginning of your tenure, a tone was set as to how much you wanted to hear the pulse of the people. Your personal mission was to meet with each principal. It would have been easy to summon us to central office. However, recognizing the busy schedules of principals, you decided to visit each school. This first act as superintendent set an invaluable tone as to how accessible you would be. My middle school colleagues agree that whenever we needed to meet with you about a certain situation, it happened in prompt fashion. Not only did you find a way to add another meeting to your schedule, but a meeting with an intentional objective for a clearer understanding or just opportunity to exchange ideas. Your vision for CCPS principals to celebrate the great things happening in our county led us to an innovative use of social media. The use of Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram provided opportunities for principals to share and celebrate our individual school as well as our school system. Passion can be expressed in many forms, such as emotion, excitement, anger, zeal, and intensity. My middle school colleagues would agree that we have witnessed many of those illustrations of passion, well, except the anger. Our monthly principal meetings often began with a passionate address about leadership, current events, or an interesting article you had read. Your passion propelled you to fight for what was in the best interest of children, whether it was at the state level or the county level. Your passion inspired many county initiatives that will stand the test of time. I remember one summer, I chose "Failure is not an option" as my back-to-school theme. I was passionate about this theme. I believed in the statement. I had designed t-shirts, created professional development, designed posters to support my theme. When I walked into the August Leadership Institute, I was extremely happy to see colleagues, but waited with great anticipation to hear our charge for the upcoming school year. This was the year you spoke passionately about giving students permission to fail. You passionately stated that through failures, one develops inner fortitude. You went so far as to passionately state, don't tell students they can't fail because their failures mean they are trying. Your words inspired my own reflection, in which I very passionately said, uh-oh, Houston, we have a problem. During the first break, I called my secretary and asked her to change everything from "failure is not an option" to "failure is not an option, ... if you don't learn from it." In closing, As the first woman to be superintendent in Charles County Public Schools, accessibility, vision, and passion are certainly what you embodied. We thank you for being such a great leader, and as you leave Charles County Public Schools, know that we are in a better place as a result of your tenure. The mighty middle school leadership team wishes you sincere congratulations on your retirement, and know you are truly and have truly made a difference to us.
In this profession, we assume many roles, such as leaders, teachers, nurses, counselors, mediators, mentors, and confidants. Dr. Hill, you have always asked us to be the difference. Actions speak louder than words, and you have modeled in your tenure as superintendent of Charles County Public Schools this same expectation. You brought all employees together for convocation, where your message of "be the difference" unified the staff across all levels, disciplines, and roles. You reminded us of the importance of providing Chick-fil-A customer service, and those words such as "my pleasure" matter. Though your words were powerful, you made sure to provide us with an armband as a reminder for ourselves when we question our value or cannot locate our smile file. You have been a trendsetter for ushering in social media platforms and bring your own device long before we moved into virtual teaching and learning. Under your leadership, high school graduations were moved back home to Charles County for a more intimate setting. Your commencement addresses always centered around one of your favorite American poets, Maya Angelou. Specifically, you quoted, "You learn that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." You have always made principals feel special. You constantly reminded us of the importance of self-care and how that needs to be a priority in our lives, especially with our own families. High school principals specifically shared how grateful they are for being provided opportunities for growth and development, mentorship, and the belief in their abilities as you appointed many of them during your tenure. Several years ago, you and I discussed possible job sharing group fitness classes, specifically spinning at North Point High School. That never came to fruition because I believe things happen for a reason. You were always destined for a much bigger role. The superintendent of schools requires great mental, emotional, and physical strength, sacrifice, resilience when faced with adversity, transparency, compassion, and sincerity. You assumed tremendous accountability and responsibility, and you always responded with professionalism, grace, and class. On behalf of the high school principals, we thank you for your leadership throughout the duration of your entire career with Charles County Public Schools. We appreciate and respect your passion and shared vision for cultivating an outstanding public school system. It was a job better than well done, and you made a big difference. Congratulations on your retirement.
Dr. Hill, as I think of the best words to use to describe the service you have given to Charles County, two words that pop into my mind are fearless and opportunity. When you were vice principal and then principal at North Point High School, at the end of the day, you would stand in the middle of the hallway at dismissal. The bell would ring and somewhere around 2,000 students would flow in a tidal wave towards the buses. You would stand there, making eye contact with as many of them as possible and smile, telling them to have a nice day and that you would see them tomorrow. I just knew someone was going to knock into you or knock you over, but it never happened. You never moved or dodged them because you didn't have to. There was a natural synergy you had created with everyone in the building. In education, we have experiences that truly fall into the "you can't make this stuff up" category. At one of our National Honor Society inductions, we had to evacuate the auditorium at the beginning of the ceremony because of tornado weather in the area. You were calm and collected and fearless as you helped me direct parents and their kids to safety. The other word that I mentioned earlier is opportunity. At the very first North Point graduation, I was helping to line up the Board of Education and CCPS leadership to be escorted from the VIP room to the gym. The ROTC escort had to set up as the color guard, so I was left without an escort. I called over a short little 9th grade boy in his junior ROTC uniform who was terrified, but who took his role very seriously. I thought once we got to the gym, he'd peel off, but no, there he was at the front of the line, and you were leaning down to talk to him. I stepped forward to say, this is not in the plan, but you waved me away with a, we've got this, thank you. As we watched the ceremony on the monitors, one of the other teachers said, what is that kid doing in front of Dr. Hill? He's not supposed to be there. Someone else said, he's starting off the graduation ceremony, and look how well he's doing. I am 100% certain that that student has never forgotten that moment where his superintendent gave him the opportunity to shine, because he did. That's just one of your superpowers, Dr. Hill. You see opportunities where other people might just see a roadblock. Many of the conversations that you and I have had as superintendent and EACC president have included the words, what if I? That is huge, and I value our collaborative relationship to this day, because whether it was in my role as a teacher, as the National Honor Society sponsor, or as EACC president, you have always been open and looked for opportunities. You have led with strength and grace, and are leaving this place and the people you have encountered along the way better than you found it. I can think of no better legacy to have, and I am honored to have worked for you and with you.
All right. And now, Ms. Hollstein, it is your turn to identify a few familiar faces. But before we start, do you need any tissue, or you're okay?
Good to go. We all know that I'm a crier.
Mrs. Amy Hollstein, congratulations on your retirement from Charles County Public Schools. We are most grateful for your over 30-plus years of service to the teaching profession. From being a teacher at Walter J. Mitchell, Malcolm, Arthur Middleton, William Wade, Barnhart, you were promoted to leadership positions such as Assistant Superintendent of Instruction and now as our Deputy Superintendent of Schools. You have taken many steps in many classrooms and have impacted many students, both as a teacher and administrator. We are thankful for your passion for education and your care for our students. Nothing great in the world has ever been achieved without passion. If anyone witnessed even one board meeting, for example, they would understand your passion in fighting for what is best for our students. You always advocated enthusiastically for our kids and made compelling cases for why certain courses of action were important for them. We are extremely lucky to have had you as one of our leaders and educators. Congratulations and best wishes for your next adventure.
Amy, I can't believe it's been 20 plus years since we first met when you became vice principal at Arthur Middleton Elementary School. Your energy and enthusiasm was so contagious, and we just clicked right away. You were always so encouraging and knew just what to do in any situation. Even helping to solve a situation with my own daughter, who thought she ran her second grade class. Sorry, Debbie Brown. You were there with a plan and ice cream to get things under control. I was fortunate enough to be able to move to Wade with you when you became principal there. You were always a leader that focused on pushing everyone to their best. You didn't just preach it, you got in the trenches with us. You would help write lessons, often even coming in classrooms to teach. Not only did the students learn from you, but I did too. I loved watching you teach. Learning from you made me the teacher I am today. You had high expectations, but we didn't mind because we all wanted to make Amy proud. You expected top test scores and hated it when Craig would beat us in any area. Testing weeks with you were always exciting. Day one, we would always wear green for good luck. The kids loved it when you would tell them you were wearing green all the way through. You worked your staff hard, but always treated us special. Whether back to school week, holidays, testing weeks, or teacher appreciation week, we always had treats with encouraging notes, many of which I still have. You never came into my room without leaving a positive note either on my desk or in my mailbox. No one ever wanted to leave Wade while you were principal. We were truly one big family. When you were assigned to Barnhart, it left a huge hole in our hearts. But we were happy when you were able to move on to bigger and better positions. Thank you so much, Amy, for the positive impact you've had on students, teachers, especially me, and the county as a whole. You will be missed. I wish you much happiness in your future endeavors. Go be the Mimi who can now visit anytime. I just hope Kaylee is prepared. Love you, Amy.
Hi, Amy. This is Luann from Barnhart. On my drive from Barnhart to Central Office, I took the longest route so I could think about your impact on Barnhart. It started back in 2011 when we both started at Barnhart, and we were sitting in your office in July, and you told me you needed a special ed teacher for a special group of 4th graders. Do you remember Devon and Walter and Kiesia and William? And it grew to 14 students. I want to thank you for being so flexible and supportive in the crazy activities that I did to make that group feel loved, special, and smart. In my 40-something years of teaching, looping with that group was the most enjoyable and impactful time in my career. Now back to my drive. Going through the first green light, I remembered what a change maker you are. Do you remember this? Look at those pearly whites. You helped to showcase that hidden gem that lies at 4,800 Lancaster Circle. As I approached the next light at Billingsley, it immediately turned from red to green. I remembered all those stories. The most notable was the MSA stories that captured our 3rd through 5th grade students. Even the teachers were listening intently. You could hear a pin drop. You always knew exactly what to say to bring out the best in everyone. Yes, the scores were so good, we rocked the area with an earthquake. Do you remember how foolish we were standing in the lobby as the lights were swaying back and forth, trying to figure out what to do? When I got to the last light before Central, I thought it was going to be red, and I would not remember what else to say. But luckily, it was green. Your leadership and ability to establish a positive culture trickled down from you to our buddy Troy Barnes, to the entire staff. That snack carts you pushed around were amazing, but those announcements were piercing. Thank you for always keeping Barnhart as a priority. Those were the good old days. As the Charles County door closes and the new one opens, take a deep breath as you start the new adventure towards your future. The Barnhart family wishes you the best. Enjoy Grandma life. We'll miss you.
Congratulations, Amy. I am so honored to be here today to congratulate you on your retirement. It's hard to capture all that you have done for Charles County Public Schools throughout the course of your career, but it is easy to say that you have made a difference in the lives of thousands of students and teachers. Since I became a principal, I am grateful for your unending support. Phone calls and emails were always returned, and you always offered a listening ear. Although your daily responsibilities were numerous, the time and energy that you devoted to each and every school will be remembered. As an instructional leader, I appreciate and will remember your passion for teaching. Engaging students in learning is the goal, and your enthusiasm for presenting instructional strategies to principals at our annual Administrative Institute, as well as our monthly meetings, was evident. Your ability to deliver the professional development in a relevant manner to principals of all levels is amazing. Whether we were learning Core 6 strategies, total participation techniques, or new ways to use technology in the classroom, your focus was always on student engagement and achievement, and your emphasis was on teaching and learning. Teachers and students across the school system benefited from this professional development, and the impact of your work will continue for years to come. Thank you for all that you have done for the staff, students, and parents of Charles County. Congratulations again on your retirement, and best of luck in the future.
It is my extreme pleasure to represent the mighty middle school leadership team at your virtual retirement celebration. Middle school principals express many areas in which you have influenced their leadership. First, and probably most significant, was the restructuring of our principal meetings. Your goal was to ensure principals became strong instructional leaders. In that endeavor, you prepared us with opportunities to hone our professional development skills. You introduced Course 6, which became the blueprint for student engagement. While many of the strategies were a little elementary based, with a little tweaking, they worked well in secondary education. As a result of these hands-on and minds-on instructional strategies, we were reminded that everyone, regardless of the level, learns best through engagement. I think your mantra was, instruction was to be inspired, not tired. Speaking of hands-on, Ms. Hollstein, you have been an extremely involved leader. Your hard work is not only appreciated, it is admired. Trust me when I say, the Energizer Bunny has nothing on you. Of the many hats you wear, middle school principals believe it is family advocate that has touched us most. Whether it is the birth of a child or a sick family member or just the need for a mental health day, you are always supportive. You understand leaders must have a balanced work life and that family is paramount to successful leadership. Wendell Martin shared with me that when he told you he had an opportunity of the lifetime, he said, but there's only one problem. He said the opportunity would have him retire on March 31st. And without blinking an eye, your response was, so what's the problem? See, it's that type of personal concern for the people who work for you that will truly be missed. Moreover, how many middle school principals can say they have their deputy superintendent's cell and home phone number? In closing, I'd like you to allow me to engage you in some poetry. There once was a lady named Hollstein who insisted we call her Amy. Right out of college and down the turnpike from Pennsylvania came she. She poured her heart and her soul in the classroom, giving her absolute best. As a result of her performance, she left the classroom and became the boss of the rest. As principal, her schools performed well. We can say better than well. Leading the county and closing the gap, hers was a story to tell. Engaging students was her mantra, and about that she was very sincere. Her efforts paid off, scores soared, and she became Principal of the Year. Navigating through the changing times in education and all of its complexity, through hard work and dedication, Ms. Hollstein became CCPS School's deputy. If we know one thing to be true about this gifted and extraordinary leader, wherever she goes, whatever she does, in her heart she will always be a teacher. Middle school principals wish you well in your future endeavors. Congratulations.
Teaching is an art and a science, and the result of that marriage is student learning. Amy, throughout your tenure as Deputy Superintendent of Schools and Assistant Superintendent of Instruction, you have been the consummate staff developer by leading by example. You always tested, stretched, but ultimately enhanced our pedagogical capacity as instructional leaders. This will always be your claim to fame and legacy to Charles County Public Schools. Under your leadership, we learn to collaborate, play games, and make learning fun and student-centered. Your commitment to children and doing what is best for kids will always be unparalleled to any. You have not only led with your mind, but with your heart and soul. You have this innate ability to make each person feel unique and special. You took time to invest in our personal lives, always asking about our families. The day or time of day never mattered when someone needed you. You were always there. Your demonstrated work ethic can be described as that of Wonder Woman, who magically seems to accomplish everything with poise, efficiency, effectiveness, and confidence. The personal touches you gave to every aspect of your job never went without notice. You exemplified the phrase, presentation is everything, in your words and in your actions. Educational author and former cabinet member John Gardner wrote several books about highly effective leaders. On leadership, he discusses the attributes of highly effective leaders such as industry, interpersonal skills, intelligence, and integrity, and personally, I would add innovation. All of your work was positively defined and reflected as such. On behalf of the high school principals, we thank you for your commitment, passion, and excellence to teaching and learning. You have been the core and more core to the daily operations of the school system. We will always remember to choose kind and think of you with gratitude and a smile as we continue the greatest work of all, educating our youth. Congratulations on your retirement. It has been a job better than well done.
Amy, I am pleased today to be part of this video to thank you for your service to Charles County Public Schools. I know how awesome you are as an educator and as a leader. My experiences with you have been as EACC president, but I can honestly say that I have learned a great deal from you as I have watched you navigate incredibly tense and political situations. You are the reason so many positive initiatives have been introduced and have thrived in CCPS. Near and dear to my heart is the Restorative Practices Initiative you have wholeheartedly supported. The time and effort you have allowed to be poured into that very necessary initiative will continue to bear fruit for years. As EACC president, I have been at the bargaining table as ex officio, where you are the chief negotiator for CCPS. Negotiation is tough and not always pleasant, but you are always willing to discuss and look at options and truly buy into the spirit of negotiations. I appreciate that tremendously. I think one of the things I appreciate the most about you as a leader is your humanity. You are fair and straightforward, and that helps build trust, not only in your office, but the system as a whole. Thank you for your collaboration. Thank you for your empathy. Thank you for believing in people and their dedication to their craft. Thank you for loving kids and education. It is seen in everything you do, and your impact will be felt long after you have moved on to your next great adventure.
All right. So throughout their tenure in the school system, Dr. Hill and Ms. Hollstein met several dignitaries multiple times, either while exploring new initiatives, planning special projects, celebrating new buildings, or just having a friendly chat. Here are a few of our federal, state, and county leaders to offer their well wishes.
I have a resolution from the Senate of Maryland. The resolution states, be it hereby known to all that the Senate of Maryland offers its sincerest congratulations to Amy Hollstein in recognition of more than 30 years of dedicated service to Charles County Public Schools. Thank you for your commitment to serving our students. The entire membership extends best wishes on this memorable occasion and directs this resolution be presented on this 16th day of June 2021, signed by the President of the Senate, William Ferguson, sponsored by your Senator, Arthur Ellis. I have a resolution from the Senate of Maryland. The resolution reads, be it hereby known to all that the Senate of Maryland offers its sincerest congratulations to Dr. Kimberly A. Hill in recognition of more than 30 years of dedicated service to Charles County Public Schools. Thank you for your commitment to enriching the lives of students. The entire membership extends best wishes on this memorable occasion and directs this resolution be presented on the 16th day of June 2021, signed by the President of the Senate, William Ferguson, and sponsored by your Senator, Arthur Ellis.
Dr. Hill, Amy Hollstein, you've served Charles County Public Schools from 1986 and 1987 respectively until 2001, and now you're retiring. While we mourn the loss of you as a dynamic duo, a hearty congratulations has to go out for all the work that you've done. Job well done, ladies. So go on, write that book. Learn a new language, travel, take time with your family, but most of all, enjoy the respite that you have deserved and earned. Those coming after you have big shoes to fill, but you have set the example and you've led the way, And now it's time for others to pick up your cause. Thank you again very much. Congratulations, and God bless.
Hello, I'm Congressman Steny Hoyer, and I'm proud to join in offering my congratulations today to Superintendent Kimberly Hill and Deputy Superintendent Amy Hollstein. I've known Superintendent Hill for a very long time. I've seen how outstanding an educator and leader she has been. I will never forget how when I held a town hall with 1,500 people, Dr. Hill helped ensure decorum and civility during a very heated discussion. In that instance, and in so many others, she displayed her ability to keep people of all ages focused on positive, productive actions. For her students, this meant having critical support and encouragement in their studies. And for the faculty and staff she led, it meant having an ally to ensure they had the tools needed to do the best job possible. For nearly 35 years, Superintendent Hill has been an extraordinary leader for Charles County Public Schools. Deputy Superintendent Holstein has a tenure equally as long and equally as distinguished, and I want to congratulate her as well. Both have made a powerful and lasting difference on so many students, their families, and their fellow educators. I want to thank them for their leadership as superintendent and deputy superintendent, making a wonderful team these past 5 years. Together, they guided Charles County Public Schools through a period of growth, but also through a time of challenge and having to adapt to a pandemic that kept students at home. And I want to thank them as well for their work in support of the Charles County Judy Center, which helps prepare the county's youngest residents for success in school and is working to close the achievement gap. Their contribution to education in Charles County, the 5th District, and the state of Maryland have improved lives and helped make opportunities more attainable for so many young people. Superintendent Hill and Deputy Superintendent Holstein, thank you. Thank you for all you have done and all you have given of yourselves to preparing so many young Marylanders for success. God bless you and Godspeed.
All right, and I will file suit as Congressman Hoyer did and read a few more proclamations, but I will not read them individually. You each will receive your own, but I will read the one for the both of you, if that's all right. So from the Governor's Office, Dr. Kimberly Hill and Ms. Holstein, greetings. Be it known that on behalf of the citizens of this state, in recognition of your more than 30 years of dedicated and outstanding service you have made on behalf of Charles County Public Schools, in appreciation of the expertise, professionalism, and commitment you have demonstrated throughout your distinguished career, and as the people of Maryland join together in expressing our great respect, admiration, and sincere best wishes on the occasion of your retirement, we are pleased to confer upon you this Governor's citation. And the citation from Governor Hogan, and you each will receive your own. And another one here from the Charles County Commissioner's Office. Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to Dr. Kimberly Hill and Amy Hollstein in recognition of your retirement from Charles County Public Schools. We join with your church family and friends in extending best wishes on your very special day, presented on this 16th day of June. County Commissioners of Charles County, Maryland, and you each will receive your own. And from another United States Senator, this citation is presented to Dr. Kimberly Hill and Ms. Amy Hollstein in recognition of your more than 30 years of dedicated service to Charles County Public Schools, including your outstanding leadership as a CCPS superintendent and deputy superintendent, with gratitude and appreciation for all that you have done to educate, inform, and inspire our community of learners, and with best wishes for fulfillment in the years ahead. U.S. Senator Chris Van Hollen. And so you each will receive your own from Hollen. And finally, from the Maryland General Assembly. Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to Dr. Kimberly Hill and Amy Hollstein, Superintendent and Deputy Superintendent, in recognition of more than 30 years of service to Charles County Public Schools. Thank you for your hard work, dedication, and commitment to the success of the students of Charles County, Maryland. Presented this 16th day of June, 2021. And again, from the Maryland General Assembly. So ladies, you have your own proclamations. We'll be sure that you get those. And we have one last special presentation from the many departments you two have worked with at the central office. Some let their camera-ready smiles do all the talking, while others employed video assistants to help express themselves. Enjoy our most expressive but bittersweet send-off.
The Office of Accountability, we want to thank you for all that you've done for the students and the staff in Charles County Public Schools. Rest assured that we will continue to be the difference. Thank you. Congratulations on your retirement.
Attention!
Hello! Connection! Woo!
Communications, is everybody ready? We are on air. Dr. Hill, Mrs. Holstein, we understand you're retiring. Congratulations, you have made the difference. Communications, we are off air.
Thank you for breathing life into our unit and all that you've done, not only for the schools, but also for Charles County as a whole. Because of your vision and leadership, you have built one of the most comprehensive school safety and security units in the United States. Dr. Hill, Ms. Holstein, travel safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the next. We love you and congratulations on your accomplishments. Enjoy your retirement. Congratulations.
the Office of Human Resources and our School Safety and Security Department, we'd like to wish you well as you venture into that next chapter of life, retirement. After an outstanding career as educators, you were teachers, you were administrators, vice principals and principals. You were even principals of the year during your distinguished time with Charles County Public Schools. We are so excited for you with this next chapter. We wish you the very best, and especially we thank you for all that you've done for the children of Charles County Public Schools and for employees. And we wish you well as you sail away to that next chapter, and we ask that you continue to
be the difference. Aloha!
Dr. Hill, Amy Hollstein, the ops team wanted to get together today to offer you congratulatory remarks on your retirement in the most formal way we could. So after 30-some years of blood, sweat, and tears to this county, and after the last 8 years of putting out fires, you finally get the chance to cool off. And congratulations. All right, ladies, so you have heard from all of us, and so now it's our turn to hear from you one last time. So, Ms. Holstein, why don't you kick us off, and we will conclude with Dr.
Sure, have me speak first. After that, just unbelievable celebration. Thank you all so much. There's no way that I could ever express all of my gratitude to all of the folks that have helped me along the way, because this career is one that you don't do by yourself. You do with a lot of folks holding you up. I would be remiss to not start by just thanking my parents. They aren't with me anymore, but they are. And my mom and dad raised me to be that type of person that cares about others first. Starting out teaching in my basement with my mom and dad buying me everything they could, because I started teaching at about 5 in my basement. So thank you to my mom and dad. I certainly would not have been as successful without their guidance. It really has been just a true honor and a pleasure to serve the citizens and students of Charles County for the past 34 years. What a blessing. So many folks that aren't with us anymore. I think about Dr. John Cox and Ron Cunningham, who really shaped leadership for me. But this afternoon, I have to start by thanking the lady sitting next to me. Dr. Kimberly Hill took a chance on an elementary principal and gave me the opportunity, career opportunity of a lifetime. I've had the privilege of serving next to her, and never once in these 8 years, no matter good, bad, she always has made every decision for what she believed was in the best interest of children, always. And she has taught me so much. And we walk out together as trusted colleagues, but as true friends. And I will have that forever. And so I have to thank her for taking a chance on this elementary girl from Pennsylvania. Secondly, it has just been unbelievable to work with the school leaders in Charles County. I have enjoyed every minute of working with principals, the content staff, just the most dedicated professionals, so knowledgeable. It has just been really amazing. I do have to take a minute though to thank one person specially. Have to thank Joan Withers, because at the beginning of all of coming over to central office, Joan spent so much time with me teaching me secondary education. And I am just forever grateful to Joan Withers for all of her help and support. She really was a blessing to me starting in this new career over here. And, seeing Tracy Blakely talk, working with teachers and working with kids as a principal and a teacher has just given me a lifetime of memory and experiences that are just priceless. There's no money that you could ever place on the hugs from kids and the gratitude from families and just the joy that this community has given to me. Thank you to everyone that I've had the pleasure of working with. And then this celebration, I came in fighting because I'm not someone that likes to be the center of attention like this. Neither does Dr. Hill, but this has meant the world to me. Thank you to Marvin Jones and to Linda Gill and to all of the executive assistants and to everyone who came out and videoed, and it's such a busy time of year. So appreciate that. Renee Eubanks, you have been my guiding star and my light for the last 8 years. You helped me on day one, and you will be there on the last day, and you will be my forever friend. I thank you so much. You are such a special person to me. So thank you, Renee. And now it's time, after 8 years, it's time to turn it over to new leaders. Right. We hope we left the system better than when we walked in. Maybe not better, but you know, that we're leaving it in good hands with the next set of leaders. We wish them all the best. This is an amazing school system. And now it's time for me to spend some more time with my family. My husband is ready for me to be home, I think, a little more than I've been. And really, my main goal right now is to be the best Gigi that I can be. And I am so blessed to have this little boy, Wilson, in my life, and my children, and my son-in-law and daughter-in-law. And so now I'm going to focus on just being a wife and a mother and a grandma for a little bit. So thank you all so, so very much. I appreciate you all.
Absolutely. We appreciate it.
So I'm going to pick up where you left off in that you said your husband is looking forward to you being home more. My husband is scared to death of me being home more. He said, you know, you've been managing and leading 4,000 people for 8 years, and now you're only going to have me to manage. And so he's a little worried about that. And I'd just have to say to Charles, don't worry, I'll have other things to do, and it won't just all be about you. But we are looking forward to this next phase, because we really don't know what that looks like. We've spent all of these years getting up and putting on a suit and going to work and devoting our lives to children. And it's been an amazing adventure. Just an amazing adventure. Experiences of a lifetime that we've been given that we'll never forget. And executive assistants, some of you are in the back, some of you are over here, some of you are watching. This has been terrific and a keepsake that we will always cherish. Mr. Jones, Dr. Gill, I know you had a lot to do with this. Mr. Jones, you had your Joe Biden aviator glasses on there in the video. Thank you for the time it took to put this together. As someone who has put together a lot of videos, it is a lot of work. And so thank you so much for that. I don't know how you sum up 35 years. But what I hope is that we have put into place structures and a culture that will keep moving forward. The board's going to vote tomorrow night on a new superintendent, and he or she is going to come in here and do outstanding work on behalf of Charles County's community. But they're going to need the help of all the people who were in those videos and all the people who are watching this to support what you know is right for children in our community and what you know is best for educating our community. And so, you know, we walk away knowing that we've done good work, we've done our best, and we've laid the groundwork for this school system to just blossom. Yeah, it is full of outstanding people, and it really is the people that make the difference in any organization, but especially an organization centered on education. We are all about people. We're all about kids. And so I'm going to ask you to please continue that focus on children. You know, our county is going through a lot of change right now, and sometimes there are things that happen that not all of us agree with each other. But if we keep in mind the goal and the mission, which has always been what this is about, keep all of that in mind, then we're going to continue to do great work for children. If you had told me 36 years ago, when I started as a classroom teacher at McDonough High School, that I'd be sitting here as an almost ex-superintendent with the opportunities that have been placed before me, I would have laughed in your face. I really would have. But I just am very grateful for the people that I've met, the experiences that we've had, the relationships that we've built, because that's what life's about, are those relationships. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you all.
Absolutely. Very good. So grateful is the theme. Grateful is the word of the day. Just as you are grateful for us, we are certainly most grateful for you. So on behalf of the many students, parents, employees, and stakeholders that you served in Charles County Public Schools, thank you for your hard work, your dedication, your energy, all of your enthusiasm for all of these years. Please go now and enjoy your retirement.
Thanks, Marvin.
Thanks, Marvin.
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you, everyone.